The Johannesburg Stock Exchange has launched a Claim It campaign calling on South Africans to see if they've got unclaimed dividends due to them. There's right now 4.5 billion rand in unclaimed dividends. So what's it all about and how can you access that? The head of issuer services and key clients at the JSE, Ursula du Plooy, joins us now. Ursula, good morning. Thanks again for your time. We're going to separate the interview in the sense that we'll talk about the unclaimed dividends, and I'll get you to explain what that is. But it's only a small portion of this larger pool. When I saw that number, I was like, why wasn't that the headline? 90 billion rand of unclaimed assets in South Africa that still are waiting to be connected to their rightful owners, and that's with relation to unclaimed assets. So we'll park that for a second. What is an unclaimed dividend?
So an unclaimed dividend, we've got four, like you said, there's an estimate of 4.5 in unclaimed dividends currently held by all the listed companies. And these are dividends that's been paid out to individual shareholders, and they don't know that they have unclaimed dividends. These people have maybe changed their jobs, they moved homes, they've got a new address, and they never updated their banking details. So these funds belong to shareholders out there who's got shares in companies who paid out a dividend and they're not aware of it.
Now, we're talking about, I think, 19 companies when I checked your release last. How do people go about taking that first step to see if they're, due some money?
So the unclaimed verification process is really a very easy process. The South Africans who think that they have shares in one of these 19 companies can visit our website at www.jse.co.za and go on the link Claim It. And then it's a very easy process, Aman. They just go onto this website, they complete an online form, and within 30 to 45 seconds, we will tell them if they are a possible match for our unclaimed dividends. And there's also a call center. We've got a whole infrastructure at the JSE to assist these shareholders who think that they have shares.
I think we'll project the call center number, but it's 0861401105. So, am I right?
That's the number, 0861 401 105.
Okay, and jse.co.za is the website address. Now, some of the companies, are quite prominent, the easily recognizable, the Sasol Inzalo Fund, you've got Merafe Resources, there's Growth Point Properties, you've got Naspers in there. So it's quite a mix. It's quite a mix of clients. You talked to us a short while ago, Ursula, about some of the reasons why these funds would have gone unclaimed. And you talked about changing jobs, new address, and so on. I wanted to ask about deceased estates. So, somebody might have passed away and their beneficiaries may not know. Does it also include that category of people?
Absolutely. We've done a bit of analytics on some of the companies who've collaborated, Iman, with us. And currently, we're looking after assets around 2.1 billion of the 4.5, which is brilliant, with all of those companies that you see on the list. And around 600,000 of those shareholders are, that belongs to around 600,000 shareholders. That's what our analytics shows us. And we've got 813 records, and there's 600,000 shareholders. So it shows you that some of these shareholders have more than one counter in these shares. And of course, we see our numbers are saying that there's a lot of deceased estates. And we are perfectly geared with our JSE Investor Services to look after those deceased estates. We will verify them. The family members have to come forward, give us all the necessary documentation. We'll guide them through that, and we will make sure that we pay out those deceased estates. But there is a process, and we need to make sure that we don't have the fraudsters on the line, and we will make sure that we follow the correct process.
And as you're just sharing with us, it's a relatively seamless process, so it can't hurt for people to just go and check anyway and see if there's some entitlement there. Ursula, I know it's hard to define, how much money people could be entitled to, but give us a sense of what your analysts are thinking. Individuals, at the higher spectrum, let's say, could actually be, be entitled to.
Yeah, I think, Iman, what's really important about this campaign is that you have lots of companies that do these kind of things, and they normally take the fee off the shareholder funds. In this national campaign, the issuer is actually paying, the listed company is paying for this campaign. So we're really looking for those guys who's got the smaller amounts that we can give back to them. Now, to date, we've only been live for 2 weeks, and I can tell you, I got the stats this morning. We have had over 21,000 applications of people going onto our website, with a system to ask if they've got dividends. And we've identified nearly 3.5 of them, there was a positive match. So that shows you that within 2 weeks, we've already identified 15% of people who never knew that they had dividends, and we paid it out.
But like an individual, and we're not, sharing anyone's payday there, just for an idea, like how much money would they roughly be getting, some of them?
Yeah, so that was, I thought I'm going to get you that stat because that's quite interesting. There was not one amount over 5,000 Rand. So the people are coming forward who's got very small amounts of funds. They fall between 3,000 and 5,000 Rand. That is 3,500 shareholders. So I'm sure it's just the beginning, and the more we can get the message out, the more people who can phone our call center, the more people we can help.